Hey guys, what's up? This is Evil Boys here. And yes, I'm gonna do a tech profile for you guys today. And it is on tier element out of all the decks because I thought to myself ever since basically the summer started, the current meta right now is like kind of lame, uninteresting, and it's not like fun at all based on my personal opinion. So I'm like, I still have Malice, yes. I still have Raizio, but those two meta decks are like, like boring. And even with the format being like Misu there, Misu here, and Mitsubishi, like the engine being like Donovan and like everywhere, I thought to myself, I'm gonna try something different. And there are actually a few other decks that I had in mind for me to play decks that came to my mind, and there are ABC, Manadium, and then this deck, and maybe Orchist. But three of those decks being ABC, Orchist, and Manadium, they lose to Lancia and draw and Lockbird. So I'm like, okay, those decks are out of the equation, which only leaves me with Tearlament. I think Tearlament are I think it's in quite an interesting place right now because it doesn't really lose to hand traps. Uh, but it doesn't lose the hand traps, and or even at best it trades evenly with hand traps. It doesn't lose Silencia, it doesn't lose the draw and Lockbird, and completely wins over Ash Blossom and Nibiru. So I thought to myself, okay, let's pick up Tearlament, make it play it, and I wanna have some fun with it. So for basically the summer started, I'm like, let's try this. Let's not try that. Let's take these guys out and then take these guys in. So without further ado, this is the list of tier element that I'm gonna show you. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the list right now. Oh, and before I get this deck profile on the way, shout out to Aiden, who is the other tier element player that goes for my look. Was he actually likes tier element too, like I am. This is basically his list card by card. So yeah, so onto the main deck. So the basically the half of the main engine is the tier element engine, which are three Reinoheart, three Tear Cash, one of each girls, Happiness, Merly, and Shiren. Happiness is my favorite tier element monster because it's a hand trap that mills three at the same time. And even if the mills from this are like godly, even if you were second, you can like turn zero, make a Clyde or heart or a Drago or do some insane play with it if the mills are good. So happiness best girl. To the field spell. This was Aiden's idea. So I thought to myself that why not play the third? His argument was that it loses detonator. I'm like, okay, so just the two preliminary, it makes sense. And he also did not play terrible because it loses draw and lockbird too. I'm like, makes sense. So just the two preliminary, and in it, this is searchable up of triple karma too. So yes, just a two scream. Spoiler alert. This is a 40 card list, not the 60 card list. Because in my personal opinion, I do not like the grass variant because you can draw us into grass and then activate grass. It which is like a, I know it's like a banger hell of a card, but it loses the single ash blossoms, and I did not really like that. And if your hand is bad and if your grass in the 60 card variant gets like Ash Blossom, you have like no other play. So I'm like, let's try a more minimal approach and play a 40 card list. So just a two screen because I'm playing 40 cards. But if you play 60, play the third. One Tearlament Grief. This is my least favorite Tearlament card out of the whole deck. Sure, it is emergency teleport for every Tearlament monster out of the deck, and it can also reborn something from grave too. But this card, for one, it loses the Ash Blossom, which I do not really like, and this guy can get really clunky and breaky too. But I do like the fact that if this guy is sent to the graveyard, you get one of your banishment tier traps back, which which I tend to do quite a lot because for a tier catches summoning effect. So this card can bring those cards back, which is quite nice. But I'm like still like 50-50 on this. Card is good for this graveyard back, but bad for the actual field effect. Yeah, but I like the recycling effect when this gets into grip, so that's mainly the reason why I'm playing it. All right. One foolish barrier and two foolish barrier goods. These are basically engine card for tier element cards. For this is one extra copies for each of the tier element name in your deck. And for the traps, there are 5, which is the 2 Celiac, one Mid Noise, same thing about this guy that I said about Tearlament's Grief. I don't really like this card. I do get that it's an interruption and the foolish all in one card, but I like the graveyard effect of this card like quite a lot because it gets back a tier name or from your graveyard back to your hand. But its on effect is so like easy to play around because if the monster that you targeted on your opponent's side of the field like leave the field or something, not only that effect visits, you also do not get the foolish. So that's why I don't really like this card that much. But same reason I said about grip applies to Metroid is also I like the graveyard effect. So that's the main reason why I'm playing it. And the Turbo Karma. This card is pretty much another tier card name for every tier name in your deck. So play it mandatory. So yeah, those are the tier cards in the main deck, which is roughly around half of your deck. Now the other part of the deck, the second engine, is Fiendsmith. Alright, 3 Engraver, Lacrima, Lurie, Tract, and the Paradise. Paradise is interruption with Desiree, and the more interruption that you have in tournament, the better, because Desiree is an omni negate pretty much, and in conjunction with Collateral, that's like really hard to play around because Desiree and the Collateral, not only it is interruption on the moment that they're summoned with Polarino, they become huge. They also float into something when they die. They also cannot be overpowered because Collateral cannot be uses vision material, and then in conjunction with this, if you like open it or search it with Engraver, it's a board wipe. For every card on the field. So even if you draw this and make a board with Collateral and the Desiree is really quite good. This guy not only searches Larry to get to the Fiendsmith combo part of the deck. This guy work with tier cards too, because if you discard them, they get the graveyard effect because this card is sense per effect, not cost. And then Lurry is Lurry, and Lagrima is Lagrima, and Engraver. Engraver is actually quite important in this part of the deck because it lets you go into Pilgrim Ripper and then combo deeper in the sequence, which mind you can also make Clydeheart because Clydeheart is a fiend monster, and this card also gets you into Necrogear so that you can draw a card off of it. And Engraver works well with the next engine part of the deck, which is the three militias and the Shama. Alright, so this part of the deck is quite old, and many people are not expecting to play this in tier, but this engine right here is actually quite good because, like I said, these two work really good with the Fiendsmith part because it lets you go into Caesar and Pilgrim Reaper. And Militia, it works really well with creep because it floats into a Tearlament monster from that Deco if you bring it out. And then this engine right here is also really great extenders too because Shama can pop a tier name from either field or grave to summon Shama from grave, and then Tearlament guys they get their floating effects. So yeah, this engine is quite bricky. It's kind of clunky, but if it works, it works. So yeah, and the last part of the deck is non-engine, which is only 8 of them because in Tearlaments you don't have a lot of room for non-engine because you want your meals to be fast, effective, and consistent. So, and they are the Iseju cards, Kyoto, Modoro, they're really broken. And the 6 more Charmies. Alright, Tribute Pirolia is an Aqua monster, so in conjunction with your tier guys to go into Clydeheart. Alright, so that is a main deck. It's a clean 40. Now the extra deck. I'm just gonna get right down to it. Clydeheart. This right. This is the ending board. Technically the ending board is these two. The Polarino Field Spell, Saliak, Mad Noise, Paradise if you open or search it up Engraver, and the Desert equipped with Sequence and the Agunde, which I do play. And this board is like really difficult to go out. Like they're both huge. Desert has like 7k attack. So really difficult to out. So yeah, that's the ending board. Next is Necro Equip. This is pretty much a Fiendsmith card, but it works well with tier names 2. Mud Dragon. Garuda. These two are basically utility fusions for your Tearlament fusions. Same thing applies to Dragosarpedia. Aerial Eater. Sometimes if I really need to go into the Fiendsmith engine combo part of the deck, I go Sequence Fuse into this, and then Meal Fiend Monster, which is every Fiendsmith card. So yeah, cards really good for that, and this card is also level 6, which helps me go into Reaper. Alright, now the Fiendsmith part of the deck, which is really boring. So I'm just gonna Moon, Requiem, Sequence. Sequence has more utility compared to other Fiendsmith decks, particularly in Tearlament, because lets you go into Clydeheart as well as Aerial Reader. So cards unique in that regard. Agunde, yeah, this guy's insane. Going second, if everything goes through where I told about the ending but earlier, your opponent is like dead. SP because it's SP. Sprite. Another update and old card. On this card, it lets you go. It lets me come out early if I really need to. But also this card, in like middle late game, it lets me go all the way early a second or maybe even a third times, and that's like really good. So that's why I'm playing it. Caesar and Pilgrim Reaper. So and that is the extra deck. And the main deck. Now I'm gonna talk about some of the cards that I thought about playing and actually played. So the extra copies of each tier names, which are Zodiac, Scream, and Polish Very Goods. Like I said, these extra copies is only good in variants that where your main deck count is more than 40. But since I'm playing exactly 40, these cards are not needed. All right, next. Okay, the Grapha and the Beast King. When I first made this deck, I actually play with these two cards, but more I thought about it, Grapha is like so telegraph because if my ending board is this, it lets my opponent know that okay, you have a tier card name in your hand to discard. So I didn't really like that. So like I took it out and put out a Deseret, which I wasn't originally in playing, which is actually a better card compared to Grapha. And Beast King also this card it let me make Reinoheart and the Deseret without having a Reinoheart or Engraver in my graveyard. So I thought, what? Well, that's cute. So I played it for like a hot minute, and then I took it out because to be honest, I keep opening and draw into it. So for that reason, I took it out. So yeah. All right. So moving on. Beast Window. Beast is actually really good in this deck because in conjunction with Necrotica, you draw like two cards in a part of the combo, and as long as Beast is left in the deck, you keep drawing one card off of it every time this card is sent to the graveyard. But Winda, every time I made it, it got like instantly outed. So I'm like, okay, I'm taking this part of the deck out. So I like took it out. Uh, Next card. Super Poly. So obviously this is the fusion deck, and Super Poly is really good in the fusion deck. But I thought to myself, this card is better in the side deck and not in the main deck because, like I said, your main deck. I want to mill like something good that's like beneficial, and Super Poly it doesn't do that. So I took it out and then replaced it rather than well, we didn't drop a Royale to our boss, but that did absolutely nothing. It actually did perform worse compared to the Super Poly. So I took out the Droplet out and put this on the sideboard for now. All right. M7. So this guy's cute because in conjunction with Shama, Maliciousness, and Engravers, and the Necroco and the Area, you can like recycle pieces up of it, namely Engraver, and then use Engraver's effect. So yeah, this guy's cute and interesting. It's definitely not mandatory, but it's cute. On this guy, it lets Tearlaments play like U-Bell Fiendsmith when that deck was like everywhere. So M7, it's not bad per se, but it's not mandatory. Alright, Fiendsmith Saint. This guy's cute. This guy's because I actually like this card a lot because this is basically emergency teleport for Fiendsmith engine because it lets you immediately go into to the Fiendsmith combo without committing much. So So I played it for a while. I'm actually thinking about playing this card as a 41st card, to be honest. But for now, it's not in the main deck. But I actually really like this card. Out of the all the cards that I showcased so far here, this is my favorite card so far. And the last card is Chaos Angel. Truth be told, this deck can actually make this because of the Fiendsmith part of the engine is all level sixes, and then if your one of your Tearlament fusion picks go up, you go into Mud Dragon, you go Mud Dragon's call Dark or Light, and then go into this, and then basically a tower that's just like huge. This if you make a case angel that way, with alongside a Clyde Heart and the Deseret, it's like unoutable. Yeah, it's really difficult to out. All right, so yeah, that pretty much wraps the main deck. Wow, this deck profile is already 20 minutes, so I'm gonna wrap it up. And big shout out to Adian. He basically gave me this list, and I've been playing with it like ever since. So shout out to you, my guy, Adian. And this is Iba signing out. Peace out, guys. Peace out.